Russia is willing to risk real financial harm and all-out war to achieve its political objectives in Ukraine, defense analysts have said. Moscow has denied that it plans to invade neighboring Ukraine, a former part of the Soviet Union, despite having assembled around 100,000 troops at the border. Last week, the U.S. delivered a response to Moscow's demands that repeated previous refusals to concede. Diplomatic talks are expected to be held between the two countries at a UN Security Council meeting Monday. The British government claimed earlier this month that it had evidence the Kremlin was seeking to install a pro-Russian leader Kiev. In 2014, Russia invaded and annexed Crimea, a Black Sea peninsula in the south of Ukraine with an ethnic Russian majority. A spokesperson for the Russian government was not immediately available to comment when contacted by CNBC. Russia is demanding that Ukraine never be permitted to become a member of the NATO military alliance and has said it wants the organization to roll back its presence in Eastern Europe. More steps before an invasion. Samuel Cranny Evans, a research analyst at defense and security think tank the Royal United Services Institute, said it was likely there was still a way to go before Russia invades Ukraine. "This isn't an invasion force yet," he told CNBC in a phone call. "Russia has very deliberately built this situation in such a way that we will know when it is an invasion force." He added that what we have seen so far was just the first step, and now that things like air defense assets, convoys of fuel and ammunition, and the personnel to man all of the equipment were being moved to the border, Russia was taking its second step. "There are, I would argue, quite a few steps to go through before we actually get to Russian troops moving onto Ukrainian soil," he said. "We might see standoff tactics like cruise missile test launches and cyberwarfare attacks, a bit of unrest and assassination in Ukraine, perhaps." Cranny Evans speculated that the first act of war would most likely be long-range missile strikes that targeted key military and industrial infrastructure in Ukraine. "It's all about showing that if you continue down this road of not doing what we want, we have the ability to target your values," he told CNBC. "It isn't about Russian men killing Ukrainian men and women, it's about targeting the Ukrainian way of life." Matthew Bulig, a research fellow at Chatham House's Russia and Eurasia program, agreed, telling reporters during the think tank's press briefing on Friday that the Russians did not yet appear to be ready to invade.